In this video, I show you how to read mapping tables. On the left hand side, I have mapping from ICD-9 to ICD-10, which is forward mapping. On the right hand side, I have mapping table from ICD-10 to ICD-9, which is backward mapping. The first column represents the source system, the second column represents the target system, and the third column represents the mapping flags. Be careful because forward mapping is not necessarily equal to backward mapping unless we have exact match. If we don't have exact match, that the codes will be different in each mapping table. For example, if you know a code in ICD-9 to be 29020, which is senile dementia with delusional features, we can try to find that in a mapping table from ICD-9 to ICD-10 by click on edit, click on find. We type in the search box 29020 without a period, and we find our code here. What this means is that 29020 maps to two codes in the ICD-10 CM, and the way we know that is by reading the combination or the mapping flag. In our example here, we have our approximate flag is turned on. It's a 1, which means that F03 is approximate to 29020, not exact match. In the case above here, this will be an exact match, but in our example, since approximate flag is turned on, it's approximate. The second column here is turned off, which is a mapping flag. What it is that the source system must have at least one code that maps to at least one code from the source system. And the third column here is turned on, which is a combination flag. Whenever we have a combination flag turned on, which means 1, that means we have a combination entry. By having a combination entry, then our scenario flag should be turned on and our choice list flag should be turned on. So what this means is that 29020 has approximate codes match in ICD-10, and there's more than one code, and there's only one scenario because we have one here and one here, and that scenario must have two codes because the choice list says we have 1 and 2, so we have two codes. So that means that 29020 is approximate to two codes in ICD-10, and those two codes are 2, F03 and F05. Just because 29020 maps to F03, it does not mean that F03 maps to 29020. If we try to find F03 in a mapping table ICD-10 to ICD-9, type in F03, you can see that F03 does not map to 29020. So be careful whenever you're using the mapping tables to use the right one. If you have ICD-9 CM, use ICD-9 to ICD-10 mapping table. If you have ICD-10 code, use ICD-10 to ICD-9 mapping table.